the way. And I'm not talking a security guard, I'm talking, when you kumite, you don't have to bounce. You just got to find the way you do things. Sometimes, you might have an instructor who's really big and strong, and they're like, this is how you spar. You're like, I'm little, I can't do that. It just doesn't work for me. If someone's light and bouncy, I can't do that. You don't have to do something the way perhaps your instructor does it. So, if you've ever been to Africa, you go on the plains, you've got all these different animals, and they all thrive and survive. They all just have their way of doing it. You've got a lion who just goes one hit, rip, done, you're dead. It's like the person who just goes, bam, done. And then you've got leopards, they don't do that, they scratch, so they just throw you to pieces. Like Japanese style, people say, ba 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 ba. That's like leopard style, right? Giraffes are pick-off fighters. You think a giraffe, every time a lion comes, the giraffe's going to run. Giraffes don't care less about lions. They just stand around. And our tour guide said a lion attacked in his life, he's seen a lion attack a giraffe, and the giraffe just went bam, kicked it in the face, pick off, and killed it. Just a kick to the face killed the lion. Lions rarely attack giraffes. But that's the pick-off fighter. Bam! It doesn't even have a long neck. Okay? Some people, you want to be like a crocodile. Like if you're drinking at the water's edge, a crocodile doesn't go, woohoo! Like, let's go get it. A crocodile is stealth. You don't even see it coming. And then, bam! So a crocodile doesn't leap across a bridge, like certain Kumite style. It doesn't go across a bridge. Crocodile will just edge, until it's bang. It's like, I don't have the plyometric leap of a lion, so I'll just keep edging. Kancho's very good at that. He'll just sort of edge. I can't demonstrate, but he likes to throw that front kick there. He'll just keep edging. And when he senses you're on the back foot, bam, go. Right? Every animal thrives and survives. You've got a water buck, this tiny little, like deer thing. It looks like it's, it looks like the Maltese Terrier of Africa. But they're called a water buck because they go in the water and they come out dry. So lions or animals get their teeth into it and it's so oily. That's why they're dry when they come out of the water. They just don't like that. Like this has got a defense, that's it. The whole skill is defense. You've got a mongoose, it's a little animal that kills a snake every time. Cocker and a mongoose will win. Evasion. Bang. Bang. Make sense? And different ways of fighting and they all work. All the animals thrive and survive in Africa in their own way. And you've got to decide what animal am I, are you, and just thrive and survive and don't think you have to transform into a particular style. Hey? Having said that, this is what you have to do. Okay, so all I want you to do to start, again, you don't have to bounce, you can just be light, is I want you to think about sink and push forward. Sink and push forward. So we learn to move, drop in our weight to move forward. Makes sense? And just your own timing, it's just sink and push forward. Sink and push forward. And the key is the back foot has to catch up to the front foot as quickly as you can.
Hey.
So it doesn't end up extension, like MP, how it's got that 1, 2, it's together. Hey. And then you're going to go up, maybe about, this is all by yourself by the way, up 5, back 5, change legs, up 5, back 5, change legs, up 5, back 5, you don't personal space, just some basic stuff.
Hey.
Forward, when I land, I'm just going to throw a yak.
Hey.
Forward, that's my third, forward, that's my fourth, I throw a yak. Forward, that's my fifth, forward, that's my sixth, I throw a yak. And then backward 1, backward 2, yak. Backward 1, backward 2, yak. Backward 1. It's not giant leaps. Some of you are looking like you're trying to attack. If this is a natural sparring range and I jump this far forward, I've just jumped into his punch. All I want to do is get to a better distance to attack. If I attack, you've got too much reaction time. So I'm just learning to this pressure, and then if nothing happens, well then maybe I'll go. But if he reacts in a way I don't like, I can vacate, I can change, I can do things. So it's just small. Every second throw a punch. So 6 forward, so there'll be a punch on 2, 4, 6. 6 back, there'll be a punch on 2, 4, 6. Hey. So again, I'm just getting to a better distance. Shuffle, go. Hey. Or if I went shuffle and he threw a punch, okay, I won't go. But I'm not jumping into here and then he's got all the advantage. Just shuffle, just slide. Too many times in Kumite there's this distance and someone thinks, I'm just going to attack. Why are you attacking from this distance? You've got no chance. He's got too much reaction time. But I can't, I think, maybe I'd be preferred to attack from this distance. He's not going to let me stand here and throw an attack. He's going to throw in a punch by now. And I'm in his punching range. It's micromanagement of distance that is so important. It was just that micromanagement. 1, 2, he hasn't gone. Oh yeah. And then we throw the gazami this time. Shuffle, shuffle, gazami. Shuffle, shuffle, gazami. Shuffle, gazami is just, gazamazuki is punching off your front head. Hey. 6 forward, 6 back. Yourself warm for 2 or 3 minutes. And this, it's better, rather than running, it's just better to actually be moving your legs in a way that's teaching you skills. Just 2 birds, 1 stone, that's all. Hey. This time I want it to be block counter. So you're going to shuffle, and I'm shuffling into your space, but you don't like that, so you're going to throw a punch. So I'm going to block counter. I shuffle, I add pressure, but you attack, so I block counter. I shuffle, you attack, so I block counter. Make sense? And then backwards, same thing. I'm creating more distance, but you throw an attack, so I block counter. Create more distance, I create more distance, but you attack, so I block counter. Right? Shuffle, shuffle, go. Shuffle, shuffle, go. Forward and back, it's a block counter now. Right? Hajime. We'll apply this to tactics, but not yet. We're just getting ourselves warmed up. So same thing, by Bree. She's a Western Bulldog supporter in her red, white, and blue. You are?
Yeah.
Is this done on purpose?
Not really, but I'll take
Okay.
it.
You beat my team, the Swans, in the grand final last year, so I might hit you. So same thing, she's going to shuffle and stop, but not too close, because I want her to be able to do 2 shuffles. So we're here, shuffle 1, shuffle 2, and then bang, go. That's it. And you can do a lunge or a yak. Kick if you wish. If you feel warm, I don't care. I just want you to do a shuffle, shuffle, and then go. Shuffle, shuffle, go. So you get in the distance now, that's important. Because if her second shuffle, just do the second shuffle and don't attack. So come too close. See how that's way too close? Well, she would have just done 1 shuffle in that case. So do your second shuffle where you come into space too much. 1, 2. See how I've got too much of an advantage. Hey. I've got a bit of a dodgy back, so I'll just body for a minute. Come on in here. Okay. Face each other, face each other. Each other, not me. That's it. Closer, closer, closer. No, further away to start. Okay. I'm going to say hitch, and you both just throw a jab. We'll see who's quicker. You ready? Hitch! You just throw a jab in the air. Not at each other, just in the air. Hitch! You ready? Hitch! Okay. Now, close up. Now, close up. Just hold your hand up like this, just so no one gets clocked in your face, in the face. Here. You're going to jab that. You're going to jab that. Make sure you can reach it. That's it. So you don't have to move your legs at all. Okay? Right, so you're there, and it's who can punch faster. You ready? Hitch! It's about the same, right? Hey! Knee! Sun! Okay, but this time, we change the rules. You go, but you have to go after he, like, in other words, he gets to choose when he goes, and you've got to try to beat it. So it's not my count, it's your count now. Let's see how we go. Okay. No, you don't count, just do it. Hey. Who's winning now?
Kyle.
Change roles. Bulldog's turn. Get closer if you need to, you've got short arms, really. Now who's winning? It's not about who's quicker, it's actions faster than reaction. So if you're attacking too far away, you're giving the blocker more reaction time. If you're getting to the perfect distance, you're giving them virtually 0 reaction time. So it's about getting to that right distance. Right? So now if Bree does her second, so she does, even if it's just 1 shuffle and go, she does a shuffle, that distance there, do the punch, it's, punch me, it's more reaction time for me. But if she comes in too close, well, it's more now she's at the disadvantage because I'm going to punch somebody who moves into me like this. Right? So it's about getting that perfect distance just outside my punching range to shuffle and then bang. So I've got very minimal reaction time. Right? But not coming in too close. It's something you just have to work on forever in Kumite, whether you're a bouncer or whether you're a stationary fighter, or whether you're small or tall or whatever, it's understanding your parameters and working out what's the distance I need to get to, and then bang, go from that distance and only that distance. Hey? So I don't mind if you do, let's just do doubles for the sake of practice. So she's going to do shuffle 1, shuffle 2, and then, yeah, you're inside my punching range. Shuffle 1, shuffle 2, that's better. Make sense?
Hey.
So you've got to shuffle 1, shuffle 2, go. Shuffle 1, shuffle 2. On that second shuffle, she waits just enough, because if I do that, she's not going to run into it. But I don't do that, and she recognises there's nothing on, so she'll go, hey. Shuffle 1, shuffle 2, bang. Shuffle 1, shuffle 2, bang. Shuffle 1, shuffle 2, bang. At perfect distance. If you feel they're getting too close, just tell them I could have punched you, I could have punched you, I could have punched you. Hey? I'll do 3 or 4, you do 3 or 4. Phoebe has a question? No, I'll do 3 or 4, you do 3 or 4, I'll do 3 or 4. You decide what it is, 1 for 1, 10 for 10, a million for a million. Your choice. Go. If you are training yourself to get your technique better and improve, I'm happy for you to go to in training gear. But if you're not in training gear, I don't want to see 80%, 70%, 95%. Top gear. Top gear. Otherwise, top gear is where it's at. Top gear is what it has to be normal for you. Because in a tournament, people generally go top gear. In self-defense, people generally go top gear. So you want to be comfortable in that gear. Otherwise, you're in a self-defense situation, boom, boom, boom. Oh, fighting is tiring. Because you're not used to fighting in top gear. If you're used to top gear, I'm not saying you go out and pick fights and you can fight 100 people and you're not tired, but when you're used to top gear, you can perform in top gear and you don't get worn out. You can go to a grading and you get to the Kumite and you're like, oh, I've just done 2 hours of kata and now I've got to do fighting. It's like, oh, okay, I'm used to top gear. Because you're comfortable in that zone, it's not something new for you. Hey? The other thing is, when you're moving in, don't be in top gear. If I'm shuffling in on you like, rah, rah, like in top gear, all you're going to do is make them move away. Make them move away. You've got to be more like the crocodile, where it's like, it's okay, it's chill, nothing here, nothing to see here. What's that? It's all cool, nothing here, camouflage. It's just got to be very chilled. But then, from that moment where it's just chill, chill, bang! You've got to hit top gear. It's not 0 to 100 in 4 seconds, or whatever cars do. It's 0 to 100 in no time. It starts at 100. Relax, relax, bang! That's what you got to get to. Hey, you're only taking people by surprise. You don't want them to see you don't want them to see you wind up. 1, 2, and they can see it in that. They can see it all building up. Hey? Or 1, 2, and they can see it all starting to happen. 1, 2, bang! It's just there. Hey? Go! The other person is just going to be a little bit more live as opposed to just a sitting duck. Hey? Who wants to do the attack? Okay. So before it was a shuffle, shuffle, go. But that's easy when you're up against a line fighter who just stands there like a frozen deer in headlights. But when someone moves a bit, it's a bit different. You've got shuffle, shuffle. So he's got to go, so it wasn't on. He's still moving away. What you'll notice Ryan's doing, see how he's not very crocodile style? So do your shuffle. That scares me. No, it's true. It scares me because it looks like an attack. Even though it's not an attack, if it's just a shuffle, but I think it's an attack. So I'm not going to stand there. Or maybe I'll pick off or something, but I'm not just going to stand there. It's got to be a bit more crocodile-like. Again, think crocodile in the water. Sorry, don't punch me. The animals don't see the crocodile, they don't notice it. It seems like a log. So you've got to lull them. Hey? If you want to attack, make it look like you don't want to attack. If you want to defend, sometimes you make it look like you're about to attack, but really you're just waiting for them to attack and you want to defend. Like, sometimes you've got to play mind games. Hey? So if you're scaring people with just a shuffle, it's and then there's a time to do it, but we're not doing that right now. So be a bit more chilled, to lull him. But you always got distance, always ready to defend if he attacks. He's not going to attack right now. Yeah, that's it. You've got to wait till he's a bit more stable. Yeah, that's it. Wait till he's a bit more stable. Keep moving back. Don't just always run away Cam, otherwise we're going to get another. Short still, let me take over. Every time he moves, you run away. Okay, you ready? So we're here, just move a little bit. And I stop. That was the moment. Make sense? Like, the way Cam's doing it is like you thought, oh, I better throw a punch at some point. Because he's never going to do it. He's never going to give it to me. You've got to learn to recognize. We'll get over there in a minute, but one of the observation is the first stage. And that's whether you're an attacker or a defender. Observation is everything. Observation is knowing when the right moment, what's the right technique to use, what's the right target to hit. You know, don't punch there when he's got hands everywhere. Like, what's the right target? What's the right moment? What's the right distance? What's the right time? What's the right line to attack from? What's the right technique to attack from? That's all so pivotal with observation. Right? So he's got to recognize every now and then there'll be a window that opens. That's his window of opportunity. Has anyone in Kumite ever like sparred and thought, that was my window of opportunity and I didn't take it? We've all had that. It was like window open. And when you get really good fighters, the windows are like this. And a really good fighter will recognize window open, go. Even if it's that. Oh, there's a window open, go. And other people, it's like, window open, you're just standing there like whatever. And then afterwards you're going, I really should have attacked. Yeah, because there was a window open, right? So I'm just going to play a little bit more, not too much, otherwise he never gets to attack. Just a little bit more live. And it was on. Make sense? Window, go. Window, go. Recognize. You're trying to facilitate their ability to do this drill. So if you're constantly moving away, they either don't ever get to punch you, or two, they're punching you at the wrong time only because they feel like, well, I should throw a punch, otherwise we're going to be here or not. You move, you stop, and then you go. You get people in fighting who just constantly move. And sometimes all you do is just let them move. Have their fun, and wait till they stop. People will generally stop. They're not going to, not all the time, but people generally will have at some point a stop. The other thing, I've got a Cam again. If Cam's constantly backing away, it probably means that there's too much scariness going on here. Hey? There's too much like, oh, so I've got to make sure, like I was saying before, more like a crocodile, but even if my body's like a crocodile, my eyes might still be like, I'm going to kill you. Like, you have to really be chilled. Like, it's all good, man, it's all good. And if you're still moving away, sometimes you move away and you kind of invite him in again, like, it's okay. It's okay, like, you gotta, if it's always, they'll always be this, and you're attacking at the wrong time, at the wrong moment. You've got to hit them at the right time, at the right moment. An attacker's goal, hit at the right time, at the right moment, at the right distance, to the right target, at the right level, on the right line. Everything's right. Right? And for him, as the defender, he was at the wrong distance, he was at the wrong time, he was at the wrong line, he exposed the wrong target area. It's got to be, you've got to weigh it up so it's like all the odds are in my favour. It's not half-half, that's gambling. Right? So we're going to make sure you're a bit more chilled if you need to. Just sometimes ease off a bit, take the pressure off and go back again, and then go. Right? The other thing I'll give you now, so just keep that in mind. Chill. No, I want to kill your face. Chill. Or relieve pressure and go again. The other thing, if you want, multiplicity. Sometimes if they're constantly moving away, the single yak, the single lunge is always short. Don't be afraid, I don't mind if you go after them with doubles and triples. If you're going to do multiplicity, head is generally your best bet. If you ever watch the Japanese fighters on YouTube when you see all the big European tournaments, Japanese just obliterate everybody now. It's just head. Everything's just head. They just wait, and it's ba. Just 5 punches to the head. So because sometimes the Europeans would go one good punch to the head, one judge over there goes, yep, and the other 4 are like, The Japanese is like the first punch, that guy's flag goes up, the second punch, that guy's flag goes up, the third punch, that guy's flag goes up, and this guy's walking back going, oh man, I just got owned. Make sense? So sometimes multiplicity is a good thing. Head is often the way you can get that. Boom. Just go after them with the head. That's where you get people back in order. Hey? So chill, relieve the pressure if you need to. Very chill, bang, top gear. Hey? The right moment, the right distance, the right target. Hey? If you're finding they're just constantly moving away, get in a good distance and then go after them with multiplicity. Right? Okay, where's our two people again? This time it's a bit different. This time we're going to have the defender. The attacker's going to make a mistake and the defender goes. So, you get people who are very good brain fighters, like they're they're happy to win half a point to nil or 1 point to nil. They're just cunning. They'll do very little in a bout because it's like they'll only go when they see a window, and if not, they'll just, no, it's all cool, I'll just chill, no, I'll just chill. And then bam, when there's a window open, they go. Right? It's like, you know when a baby's diaper, you know it needs changing, you don't have to actually see that it needs changing. Has anyone ever seen that, experienced that, smelled that? Okay? You don't have to actually check the baby's diaper. The baby needs changing. So a good brain fighter smells your diaper. They smell that diaper guard. You know what I'm talking about? They smell that your focus for that second went a bit diaper-like. Like they smell that your stance is a bit diaper-like. They smell your distance is a bit diaper-like. They just smell it. And then bam, they take advantage. Hey? So now what's going to happen, we've got Ryan's goal was to get that right distance, get that right distance, get that right distance, and then go when the distance was right. Right? But now what's going to happen, this is what happens in bouts a lot, where I'm fishing for the point, and you're kind of edging your back, because you're happy not to engage. Maybe you're even winning. And then at one point I get too close, and then bam, you go. Right? Or at one point, I just maybe drop and I do something a bit, there's some sort of error. It's not as blatant as that, but the better a brain fighter, the better they spot the little things. Right? So what you're going to do now, you're going to wait, and I'm just doing my thing, and when I turn around, you hit the back of my head. And you're still on the defense, you're still the person I'm the one fishing for the point. I'm going to hit me in the head, because it would have hurt my back. So that's just you recognizing that maybe I did this, and then, I should go. Right? So it's not just always I'm going to run away, time management, remember? Diaper. Switch modes, turn the iron on. Switch modes, turn the kettle on. Switch modes, turn the photocopier on. Right? So girls should be better at this. But the more you train time management, the better you get at time management. Right? So I'm not picking on men, by the way, because I'm a man, so don't think I'm being a sexist, whatever person. Just deal with it, we're hopeless at it. No. Men are better at task orientated. There you go. That's per studies. So there's one back for the men. Whatever. So we're here. I'm looking for my point. Looking for that point. And then he smells it, bam, he goes. Hey. Don't thump anybody in the back of the head. You've got partner has no control. There's your diaper. They spot it and they go. Hey. It's good practice just to sometimes him to get his distance training on as well. Hey. If you don't trust your partner, just do that. Because before, if I'm just going to stand there, it's very easy for you to get your distance and go. Because I'm here. It's so easy to measure distance. So he's not going to make a mistake if I stand there. That's why we need to move. So I just like standing there, it's tough. It's like, it's not tough, it's dumb. Because if you just stand somewhere, even if it's just walk, I don't care. Just that just still changes distance. Even if you're just moving something a little bit, because he has to attack from perfect distance. If I just stand here on the black line, he knows what that perfect distance is. So he's going to attack at the right distance. So even if I've got an awesome counter, I'm still trying to beat someone who's attacking from the right distance. I want to defend someone who's attacking at the wrong distance. Right? So I've got to get him to make a mistake. I've got to get him because I'm still moving. I'm moving. So at some point, bang, that was the wrong distance. Right? I've got to cause him to make a mistake. I can't just go, please make a mistake. Please make a mistake. A mistake! It's not going to happen. You've got to cause a mistake. You've got to be the protagonist in every bout. Hey, go! You all get that? Hey. Unless they're doing a spinning back kick, or a spinning back fist, or a spinning elbow. I'm not just talking tournaments here. People do that sort of stuff in real life. So it's just about recognizing an error. The error was they got too close, so you go. The error was they got in a distance with their guard down, you go. The error was they extended out, but now their stance is terrible. They can't attack, you go. You hack, you take their feet out, you kick, you do whatever. Okay, so now what we're going to have is one side I want you to attack only, and the other side I just want you to defend. And every time I say change, just change roles. So one attacks, one defends, one attacks, one defends. And every now and then I'll just say change partners and just try to find someone similar size-ish and start again. Hajime, go. So the first one is the defender. You've got 4 options for defense, so when I yell out the option, that's what you have to stick with. First one is holding your ground. I'll borrow Ryan for a second. So the first one is holding your ground. So just do a super slow attack. That's holding your ground, right? That's one style of defense, right? Holding your ground is also, you know, dodging, but I'm not moving, or shielding, blocking, deflecting, evading, but where you're mostly pretty much in your space, like an oak tree. I ain't moving. That's one style. Hey? Another is to press forward. Sorry, did I tread on your toe? Pressing forward, so he can do his attacks. I'm just going to press. Whether I wait and then go, like I might block and go forward, or I might go forward as he attacks. Make sense? Or I might go forward this way. So one is to go forward, one is to hold your ground. Another one is to slightly back. Slightly back. Slightly back. And the fourth one is to escape. Just escape. Right? So you've got holding your ground, anything where you're not moving much, moving forward, whether it's block and move forward or just move forward to block, slightly back, or escape. I yell out one of those, that's the one you do, until I yell out the next one. Then we'll change roles, do the same, and then we'll change partners. Are you ready? You'll be good at 1 or 2, you'll be good at 3, or you'll be good at none, or you'll be good at all 4, but you've got to be good at all 4. Go! It's about waiting until they go and then go, not just running at people, by the way. If you're going to run at someone, you might as well punch them, not block them. But that's okay. You need to have all 4. All 4. If I'm with Ryan, if I'm stationary, I've got these just go super slow. Awesome blocks like a matrix, and then Neo do this, and everything he does, I block. He's going to work out a strategy to overcome that. I might win the first 30 seconds, I might get the first 2 points, but he'll work out, oh, okay, he's kind of good with that block, so I'm going to fake low, and then he'll go high, or he'll do a kick, or he'll do a sweep, or he'll do something, because he'll work out a strategy to defend that. Right? Or if I'm always edging back, he does a punch, and I edge back. He does a punch, I edge back. He might go, I'll throw 5 punches. Edge back from that sucker. Ba, 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 ba. Like, or if I'm an escaper, he might, edge push me into a corner, and wait for me to go that way and throw the hardest round kick in the world. And it's your fault, but Bobby, dude, you ran into it. Like, he'll do something. Hey? I'm not saying kick people as hard as you can, by the way. What else? Pressing. I wait here, and he might fake. You fake and I press and then bang. Like, you come up with strategies. So if you're a one-dimensional defender, it doesn't matter how good you are at that one defense, someone will work out a strategy to beat you. You have to be unpredictable. So now with your new partner, I want you to constantly mix up all 4. Not like all at the same time. I'm going to run and block and duck and run away. Like, just do 1 or 2, and if it's working, stick with it 1 or 2, and then change it up. And then change it up. You have to become a puzzle that's difficult to solve. You can't become a puzzle where even sometimes you're winning, and the last part of the bout, they get 2 or 3 points, but you end up winning. And they walk off going, no, I worked it out, I just didn't work it out in time. You have to have people walking out after sparring you, even if it's in the dojo, going, what was that? I don't know what was going on. Like, that has to be, even if they're scoring on you, they just feel perplexed because you're just this puzzle that's really difficult to solve. And you're really difficult to solve because in Kumite and in life we go off pattern recognition, but especially Kumite. We learn to recognize patterns in people, and then we learn to solve that puzzle. And when you're not a stagnant or consistent pattern, you become very difficult to solve. Right? So I want you now, so you can just go a little bit quicker or whatever. So I want you now, you might be here, shuffle away, that one, that one, that one, that one. Mix it up. So he's like, I'm not sure what to do, I'm not sure what distance to go from, I'm not sure what technique to use. That's where we have to get to. Right? You want to know that you can go in a bout, or in the dojo or in self-defense or in a tournament and think, I don't know how many points I'll get, but I know how many you'll get. 0. 8? 8. That's a good start. Are you ready? 8. Hajime! Kind of put up your hand if you really didn't know what your partner was about to do. Maybe a couple. Put up your hand if your partner, before you even attacked, you could even see they'd switched defensive tactics. Put up your hand if you can see that they'd switched something. Because sometimes the guard changes. We're going to escape and we're here, and then suddenly we're going to pressure, we're here. You're like, oh, you're going to pressure, are you? Like, you've got to just be, I'm wherever I am, and I do the defense that I decide, that I've predetermined I'm going to decide, and you were just standing there going, I don't know what's going to happen. Right? Even Bree just there was awesome, because Tash came in and Bree just escaped, and so then Tash is like, okay, how do I adapt to someone who escapes? I cover more ground. So as soon as she moved, Bree was in her face. It's like, oh, that's a really good thing. It's like, damn it, they're running away, so I better cover more ground. Oh, they're here. That's the key to being a puzzle that's difficult to solve. Right? Other person's turn. Become a puzzle that's difficult to solve. And when you spar in the dojo, by the way, after class, go up to the people you sparred and ask them, was I predictable? Did it seem like you could work me out? Like, ask them, or even assess. It's like, I think I was being unpredictable, but I was getting hit a lot when I did this one. Like, you got to be willing to be bad at something to get good at it. Right? Don't be, well, every time I do this one, I lose points, so I won't do it. Keep doing it, because eventually you'll get good. And when you're good at all 4, you're comfortable with all 4, people are sparring, you're going, I'm not sure what version of Anthony I'm about to fight. And that's a good thing. Right? Put up your hand if your partner was unpredictable. Let's sit down. Let's sit down. Whose partner was unpredictable? Whose partner was unpredictable at times? Okay. Defenders, put up your hand if every single time you defended you did something different. Don't do that either. Because then it's like counting cards. Ooh, the next one's the one when they come forward. So mix it up, and again, observation, you've got to work it out. Like, if they're edging forward, maybe that's when I do this. You've got to work it out. If they're edging and they're in a good distance, that's not the time to be stationary. You know, like we did the drill with Bree. The person in action is always faster than reaction. 1 and 2. Fighting sense, facing this way. Facing this way, you're not going to be with each other. Okay, just come back to about here. Okay, I say itch. I want you guys to throw a reverse punch, and I want you to get your foot at least to the line. You ready? Come back a bit cheek. Itch! Who won?
Ryan.
Okay, I don't count this time. You decide when we go. There. And you have to close your eyes. So you decide when to go. Yeah, who won? It's not about speed, it's about action versus reaction. Speed helps, by the way. No, I can just eat McDonald's all day, who cares about speed, whatever. Like, speed's important, but action's faster than reaction. So distance is so pivotal. You know, the hand speed drill we did there, that's a foot speed drill. If you're letting people get to this distance, you're giving them the initiative, you're giving them all the advantage. So part of defending, sometimes you think, I'm just going to stand my ground and just defend on my space here, and I've made that decision, and so you edge forward, and I'm still in the decision I'm going to stand my ground. That's when I need to be escaping, because observation says she's going to win, because she just owned Ryan big time. Right? You did, you owned him big time, okay? But that's because of distance, not because of speed or strength or size or sex or anything like that. It's distance, it's just intelligence. Okay, so I want you to get a new partner. Mix up your attacks still, mix up your defense still. But the defender, you can only go like medium pace, but the attacker, top gear. So top gear, medium pace. So you're going to get hit a lot. Not slow, so you can go top gear, top gear. But I'm not going slow, but just medium pace. So you can go top gear. But what I want 100% is observation. So many times, especially, sorry, I gotta watch my back. You see this and this and this, and it's great. You're not getting hit. There's no pattern recognition because I can't even see what he's doing. It's so important to have your observation on. So yeah, I want you to be defending, just medium, but mostly I want your observation to be open. So that at some point, maybe you get this one, but in 20 seconds or so, I see you do that, and I think, oh, that's the one where you do the low high. I see you do that, and I think, oh, that's when you stutter and go high. I see you do this, that's when you go that. And I start to recognize the patterns in you. I start to recognize the way you use your footwork. Suddenly he wants to do a round kick and something changes, he sinks a bit, oh, here comes that round kick. I get the pattern recognition because my observation is open. But observation at distance as well. He's here, I know he's not going to attack from there because I'm used to now, I understand now. You can just go, you can go top here. I understand now, wherever you want, whenever you want. I understand now, okay, that's distance, okay, he's got a second phase. See, I learned. I didn't just panic, so try something fast again. And so, flies, wasps. That even if he doesn't score, I'm not learning anything about my opponent. Right? I'm not saying go in and start medium pace right away. I just want you to train him that even though you're still thinking about stuff, what's most important to you is pattern recognition. So I understand now he has a second phase on him. So I've got to be wary of that. Right? So go again, you got fast. So just go medium. Oh, okay, nice. I'm going medium pace. I'm going to get hit a lot. There's the second phase, but I was ready that time because I know he's got a second phase. So it's just medium pace, but observation. Learn from your opponent. Right? So it's like, you got the first point, but I know something about you. You got the next point, I know something about you. Next time, here comes that second phase, bang, bang. Because I know something about you. 2, 1, sucker. I'm coming back. It's this stuff. Wits, use your wits if you see brave hard. So the other thing is sometimes again, our goal as a defender is to make sure he attacks from the wrong place, at the wrong time, with the wrong distance, at the wrong line. There's my head. And boom, wrong line, wrong level, wrong technique. On that, a round kick is what you, back fist, very good. Or round kick is what you wanted, rather than like that jab, because obviously that's what I want you to do. Wrong technique, my goal is to make him wrong. The problem when you're a stationary defender is that his distance is always going to be perfect. Because he knows the distance, because he knows I'm not changing the distance. So I'm stationary, sometimes I can do this a little bit, but the other thing you can do is just push your weight forward a bit. So touch that, because if he thumps that, what's going to happen? He gets busted for contact. Go, touch it. He has to just touch it. That's all I need to do now. I've made him go wrong distance, just because it's not like he looks and goes, that angle of the knee, he's doing something there. I'm being a protagonist, I'm controlling it. Follow, just because it's just this is if you're a line fighter, if you don't like moving much, just change the movement in here as opposed to the movement there. Just be there, and I can attack from there as well if he gets too close. So I can still do things. Always be the protagonist. One of the things we've got over there, we'll get to those in a minute. So one attacks, this is your chance to get your breath back, by the way. One attacks, medium pace, observe and learn. Observe and learn. I'm going to give you about 90 seconds, so I want you to, at the end of it, I want you to tell your partner, I think this is your strategy and I think this is what you're going for, and you're good at this, and I want you to tell them, I recognize when you do this, I recognize when you do that. I want you to have a chat from your observation and tell them what you think. And they might think, oh wow, I didn't realize that. And in the meantime, while I'm going medium pace, I can change my strategy. I can change it all. I don't have to just be a sucker. I'm just going medium pace. Hajime! I want you to see it. So you got 20 or so seconds. Have a chat. Discuss what you observe. Discuss. This is what I sense your tactics were. Or that time you did the switch kick, I spotted that a mile away. That one was really good. I didn't see it come in. Talk to them. Talk to them about what you observed. Go. A lot of the time we don't. Maybe I should attack, maybe I should defend. And it's just self-preservation. And you can actually, like even medium pace, you can actually defend quite well. Because if they're attacking from a good distance, you've still got a bit of time to defend. And you just realise, oh, if I'm relaxed, I actually defend pretty good. And I thought there was an opportunity to counter-attack. That was an opportunity to counter-attack. That was an opportunity to sweep. Oh, okay, I could have gone there. Oh, okay, yeah, they're constantly doing that thing. Next time they do that, I'm going to step in and pick them off. Okay, I'm not allowed to do that right now, but I have to defend. I'm learning as I go. Rather than just reacting to whatever instinctive impulse comes over. Hey. Other side, are you ready? 90 seconds. How'd you make? Again, who observed a lot? Who noticed that you really can learn a lot if you actually focus on learning rather than just reacting? It's great to be Floyd Mayweather and you decide, well, you do whatever you're going to do and I just know I can beat you because of my skills, but we don't always have that. Not everyone trains 12 hours a day like Floyd Mayweather used to, whatever. We don't always have that. So you can beat people who are faster than you, you can beat people who are stronger than you, you can beat people who are taller than you, if you just pay attention to learning rather than just thinking it all comes down to speed and I'm just going to throw a punch and hope that it's faster than theirs. That's just like this. That's just all luck. But you can learn, if you observe, if you learn, work it out, it's amazing what you can come up with. And that's why, the other thing is if you're an observer, you can be down 1-0, 1.5-0, and you're like, that's okay, because I've learned a lot now, and all I need is 3 points to get back to even, or maybe even an Ippon and then a Wazari, or I can get back from here because I've learned a lot, rather than just the scoreboard's killing me and I don't know what to do. So there's still always hope, so that control in that way. Okay, so going back to the first person attacking, again, there was a lot of you, I like the fact that you're observing, but a lot of it was very stationary. You weren't mixing it up. You've got to mix it up still. They're in top gear, you're in medium pace. Again, when you mix it up, you'll learn that even someone in top gear struggles if you're unpredictable, if you're a puzzle that's difficult to solve. Right? And what I want you to do as well is if you are defending at the end of everything, I want to see this. Like they're in your shotgun range. Like both hands pointed at them. So again, you can go top gear, and I'm just in medium pace. So you're going to get, see how I'm doing this? Don't do that. So he throws 3 punches to the head, just get hit in the face, it's okay. Like, trust their control, unless you don't trust their control. If you don't trust their control, just still try to look at their punches. Hey? So I want you to observe, still mix it up, and at the end of it, shotgun range. There. I want you there. There's a lot of punch, cut whatever you want. This. And what you're doing is you remember the windows that open?
Hi.
You're missing windows.
Hi.
It's almost like do a slow punch. Thank God. It's like, what about that? Like, recognize windows. Windows aren't just always. That's when windows are mostly open, by the way. You don't see this too often in sparring, ready? You don't see it. Guard is usually a guard.
Hi.
When my guard suffers, there. That's when my guard suffers. That's when my guard suffers. So I want you to think defend, and that. Because I don't want you to punch them now. All I want you to get used to is find the target. Later you can get everything else right. Hey? Does it just throw one punch? Okay, well I learned that I'm spotting the target, I'm observing. See how where his guard is?
Hey.
See, this is the perfect window, because that's not a good guard. At this distance, that's a terrible guard. At this distance, that's a great guard. So I'm learning, but I'm learning about my stance is woeful. My balance, my stability, my center of gravity is bad. Right? So when he throws that punch, oh, I could have gone there. That was a window. Okay, that was all right. There was a window there.
I just won.
Whatever you want.
Oh, hey.
Nice. There was a window there. See that?
Hi.
Bang! Could have gone, but you're not allowed to go. It's all observation. It's all learned. And if he's worried about getting hit, it's going to affect his attacks. And then I'm not fighting the best version of Ryan. I want Ryan to be the best version of himself, so I have to be better at observing the best version of Ryan and recognizing the windows that are open in the best version of Ryan. And so then later, I'm going to be better for it. Right? So, medium pace, change your defense, and then point. Back to there. Back to there. Smother. There. Boom. In their face. Don't poke anyone in the eye. I think I got you once. Hajime, as a defender, were you observing? These were a bit slow sometimes. There were windows that were opening and you weren't taking advantage. The window opened and it closed and you missed out. So you observe, observe, observe. Oh yeah. Observe, observe, observe. Bang. Turn the eye on, turn the kettle on, turn this on, turn that on. Press 20 on the photocopier, iron the shirt. It's all got to be going. You've got to switching. Time management. Bouncing quickly between the mindsets you need to have. First, I'm in defense mode. Now I'm in attack mode. Too slow. Hey, you're not being reprimanded. It's just saying, oh, yeah, that's too slow. I want to fix it. But when I'm sparring, I'm going to be thinking about that and then back to there. Defend and then back to there. I've got to recognize that. So I learn to take advantage of it. And remember, most windows are in these spaces. That's where the windows are open. That's where you've got to be really good at taking advantage of those windows. Especially when you're up against someone who's taller or has a better plyometric lead. I can cover. Can you hit me from there? Can you? Not will you, but can you? I can hit you though. Big advantage to me. But if you can observe and defend, and now there's windows, and now action's faster than reaction. There's always someone who can outdistance you. There's always those people who's like, I can't get near this person. So let them in. And take advantage of the windows that are inside. Have we changed roles? No. Other person, go! Make sense? One does 5, the other one does 5. One does 5, the other one does 5. Now again, distance is key. So action's faster than reaction, remember? Remember how Ryan got owned before? Remember how just hopeless and slow and useless he looked? But now look how good he looks. The difference is the distance. If you get closer, and now let's see how it kicks off. Oh, sorry, you're only around this way. You can jab him in the face. Closer. Jab him in the face before he kicks you off. There you go, difference. Makes sense? So Ryan was keeping him honest, and back to back. And this is where Ryan was flourishing. See again, this is the problem. People don't have enough observation, so they say, okay, I'm going to pick off. And then I'm going to pick off, and you just keep getting closer to me, and I don't recognise any of that. I'm just thinking, I'm going to pick off. And I love my spirit. I'm going to do this. I'm determined, but I'm going to lose. So I'm going to pick off. On the edges, but I can't pick off from there. Okay, I can't pick off from there. I can't pick off. Okay, I've got to attack. See that? The observation. He's not letting me. He's not being honest. He's not respecting my space. He's coming into my house. I'm welcome. I'm going to hit him. Come into my house. I'm welcome. You're gone. Forget it. Hey. My house being this, I'm not saying you can't. Well, it probably does apply to that as well. You're not welcome in my house, you're not going to like it, trust me. So, but if he respects my, because if he comes in, okay, bang, don't disrespect my space. That was that punch, that's what it said. And he goes back to the line going, oh, I've got to watch that distance. So next time, is he going to come into that same space? Okay, bang. Don't disrespect my space. At some point he's going to learn. That, okay, now he's respecting my space. So you've got to teach people to respect your space. So it's great to be a pick-off fighter, but you can't just decide you're going to pick off and he just keeps pressing. My observation should say that's not the right distance for me. That's not the right distance for me. That's not, okay, I've got to attack. Follow? So keep the right distance for the moment because I want to develop the right reflex for it. But you have to understand, if someone presses into your space, you either go back or you have to attack. So you've got to keep me honest, otherwise I'm never going to get the pick off because you're always making me attack. Hey? You follow? So Ryan's going to pick me off this side. Now I can't be obviously fast when I jump forward. So this is a good distance for Ryan. That's not a good distance for you. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to be fast. So if I encroach on your distance, if I disrespect your space, edge back. Keep me honest. And now, bang, you've got to get there. Hey? Or if I encroach on your space again, you've just got to go. Bang, you just got to go. Hey? But don't just always do that, otherwise he never gets to pick off. I just want you to understand, a pick-off person, yes, be determined, but you have to understand the parameters you work within. Too many people are good pick-off fighters and you're like, pick-off, Wazari, oh wow, that person's so good. Next bout, oh my god, they're getting owned. Because they just don't understand, they're not observing the distance. That other person's just a bit smarter and just works out now, advantage me. Advantage you, advantage me. Right? So 5 for 5. If they encroach, just go back a bit, but don't keep encroaching because I want them to pick off. I don't want them to have to attack you. Right? Go. Some of you, there's 2 people punching. You know 2 people punching. If Ryan's picking me off, I'm not punching. I just want it to be, I want him to be the best version of himself. If he's worried about this, it might detract from that, and it's not helping him with his training. That's fine, but otherwise no. So all I'm doing is jumping in and giving him that. Or I encroach, so he learns to understand his distance. And then, only if I encroach. If I attack, you pick off. So that's the thing. He's weighed in. If I go hard, he hits. If I go soft, he relinquishes. Hard, he hits. And he's got to learn to recognize that. So that's where we're at. We don't have 2 people punching. The first thing moving, I can't move in top gear tonight because obviously I'm a bit injured. But you need to go top gear. Picking off isn't a scene, it's a feeling. That's why sometimes people fake. If I want to pick off and he fakes, I'm not going to throw it because it's not about what I see, it's about what I feel. You feel the moment someone hits top gear. So this is good for people who fake, by the way. That's not top gear. That's not top gear. And then it's like, that's top gear, now I go. Because I know the rest is just a load of garbage. The rest is just, and a sucker will fall for it. But a good off person goes on what they feel. And I feel you're not committed to that technique. And I feel when you make that commitment. When you hit top gear, that's top gear, I know, right? So yes, you can fake, but the fake has to be top gear. See, that was top gear, I might go there, right? So it has to be, you have to go from top gear, otherwise I'm not learning to observe and recognize and feel someone's top gear, bang! So I make that top gear, right? So when you go, boom, jump in hard and try to hit top gear. And as a pick-off person, remember you want to feel that. So you don't fall for fakes. Whatever I do, you just like, nah, not top gear, top gear, bang, you're gone. Okay. One person's out the front, let's say Tash. Okay, and then you 3 kind of all in the proper Kumite distance in a little bit of a semi-circle around her. Okay, so she's here. First one, and if there's a 3 or a 4, it will change, and I'll let you know. The first one, punch to the badge, or the stomach, but the side, not the center. So there's no Shazam. So in other words, you're going to punch to this side of the stomach, and you get to choose when you go, and you've got to try to beat her by punching to this side of the stomach. Ready? 1. So side of the stomach, not the chest, unless you guys are wearing chest guards, then it doesn't matter. Here, you're going to just step in like you're doing a jab, but don't throw the hand. I want you to pick her off. And then you've got to be ready with that pick off. That's it. And if there's a group of 3, just don't do the first one, where you're both punching together. Okay? It's just a pick off. And then on this one, this person's going to win. So you're going to throw a fake. I pick off, and then you go afterwards. So I'm practicing my pick off, and then I'm getting beaten because of my pick off. So you attack me, I go pick off. You fake me, I throw a pick off, you come in afterwards, like a skipping rope. You let the skipping rope go, you come in afterwards. Okay? You attack, I pick you off. You fake attack, and when you fake, I throw the pick off, I got sucker. And as I'm coming back on the skipping rope, you come in like a wave. Okay? Boom, boom. If there's a 4, the first one is just the person on the outside gets to choose when to punch, and I want the other person to try to beat them to the punch. Okay? Any questions? You stay here. You guys 3 times, and then rotate. The next person in 3 times, and you rotate. It can be that a pick-off fighter can face. So I want him to take failure and success, so he's learning, because failure teaches you as much as learning. because this is one of the big things. Again, if you're up against an anticipator, one of the things you'll do is hack their legs. No one feels comfortable to step in if you're hacking into their legs. Round kicks, breaking angles with round kicks, not breaking angles with round kicks. Side kicks, because they're distant, they're long techniques. Breaking angles to get him out of his stance, or just plain up faking. You got to pick off, remember? Plain up faking, and then going after it. I wanted to lose them. Right? So the big thing is, while you're faking, so his goal is to throw the pick off and score his point and go, yeah, I feel awesome. Right? And you're faking, and you got hit. So he's not learning the bad thing of picking off. Don't fake. Remember we did this? Not this. Don't fake into the space. If you hold your pick off out, for the bridge. Fake can't be here. You're getting hit. Your fake has to be more back, out at distance. Back. I've got to make sure he's short. Boom, I've got to go out at distance. You've got to draw it out. So it has to be top gear. He's not going to go. He recognises that's not real. Boom, I've got to draw it out, but I've got to draw it out at where he's almost registering. Don't. See that distance? Don't. That's what I want him to experience. That he learns to recognise fakes, and I also learn how to be the pick-off fighter. Hey? Go. Don't fake into the space. And pick-off fighting, you're supposed to lose. Something like 1, 2, 3. It's like, no, don't. Get hit. Learn to fail. Learn to pay your failure. Go, go, go. A lot of this will probably make sense to the things we've done already thus far. So you've got your 5 stages of getting a point. Observation, we've discussed this a lot, and we've done some drills with this a lot. Observation, preparation, execution. I'll discuss that in a moment. You can't read, it's your own fault for not being close enough. Recovery, finalisation, and in between recovery and finalisation you've got prep, execute, and recover again. So observation is, again, learning. So I've got Tony for a moment. You know, what's my observation of distance? What's my observation of what targets are open? What's my observation of how he's reciprocated to the things I've done thus far in the bout? Observation, hey? Knowing what's on, knowing when, so I go at the right time, right moment, right line, right length, right distance, right technique. Everything's got to be right. I get that from my observation. Hey? Observation when I'm defending, so I can see how he recovers, I can see what windows he leaves open, I can see what his habits are in the way certain patterns of techniques that he regularly does. So there's observation in attack and observation in defense. Like we just discussed then, I'm a pick-off fighter and he encroaches into my space. I should be observing that he now has the advantage because of that distance. So I've got to observe the fact that no. You've got to respect my house, buddy. I'm not. This is the distance I go from. Follow? I can observe that stuff. So preparation is how you prepare for the technique. There's too much of this fighting stance. It's like I'm here. Oh, I should attack. I go. There's no preparation. You're just trying to cross a bridge. You got to have preparation. Preparation is in defense and attack, by the way. Preparation, you can do things even if to defend. I can antagonize. I can break angle. I can cover here. I can set ambushes. You can be doing things so you are preparing for things rather than just, I hope I do this right. Hey? Preparing can be disturbs. Preparing can be getting in closer, getting the right distance. Double taps, breaking lines, things to prepare, rather than just being here and just hoping you're fast enough, because that's gambling. Okay, execution is how you execute your technique, obviously. Hey? So there's no point going up in height, no point. All the ways you lose speed, time, and give your opponent advantages because of the way you execute your techniques. Hey? Observation preparation is mostly mind. Execution becomes body and spirit because you need the kime as well. You need the spirit to push through. Hey? While I'm executing, if I've practiced a drill enough, give me a technique.
Reverse.
Okay, yak. Just come across this way a bit. Okay, we're toe to toe. What should I be doing with my yak? You just gave me a yak, so there's observation preparation.
Can you step on the outside of his foot?
Yeah, that's one. That's something I'm going to make sure I'm out here when I throw my yak, if I'm toe-to-toe. What else?
Breaking that top hand.
Break that top hand. Where's he likely going to block that? So what if I'm there? What if I'm throwing something into that space? You follow? Or I could do a yak from other side. It doesn't mean I have to do a right hand yak, but there's observation, there's preparation. How am I preparing for that? You follow? There's various things I can do, and probably better when I'm not broken. So there's execution. If I've done enough yaks in my time, that can happen without thought. So what's happening while I'm executing, mind, body, spirit's involved in that. During that time, I'm back in observation mode. I'm not thinking about yak. Yak happens automatic. I'm thinking about observing. He's moving back. Second phase is on. Because I'm observing. You follow? I'm observing that he's throwing a pick off. So second phase comes out. If I'm observing. In that observing, because after execution is recovery. Recovery is not necessarily finalization where it's, distance, and it's all over, Sensei, reward me. There's the recovery of what I do. Because again, let's say we have that punch at the same time. I've got something else to do. I'm not fully finalized, but I'm recovered. Verse again. I can't do anything. Right? Bad recovery. You follow? He moves away. Pretend that was a nice kick. Down ball. How did I recover from that kick? Did I kick and stick my leg out there, or did I keep it close so I can use a plyometric leap? That's recovery. The position we're in at the end of it. And remember we did the defense drill? Throw any attack you want. And we're here. You weren't here for them, were you? No. There's Ryan. Where's my partner? Right there. So this is again where there was, you did something. Okay, this is the recovery, the defense. A lot of you remember, even when you're blocking, you can just go crazy. Here, there's no recovery. But yeah, he hit me there. What if the judge goes, I didn't see it, the arm was in the way. Cool, I don't know what's happening. Or in real life, that's not going to break me. I don't care, hit me in the chest. I'm just going to go like this in real life. Hit me in the body all you want, go for it. So there's recovery, that's why we're doing the drill. Getting the sniper rifle out. Sniper rifle, always that sniper rifle. Sniper rifle, so we get used to that recovery, so we can recognize windows being open. Oh, there's an opportunity, hey? So there's recovery. In execution, there's observation, because the moment I'm in recovery mode, which is the ability to do a second phase if I need to, or evade or defend if I need to, not finalization. That observation tells me, do I need to do something? It might be, no I don't, I finalize. I get out to distance, it's finalization time. Quality finalization. Hey! Terrible finalization. Someone scores you, they should be shot. So in recovery, prep, execute, recover. So I execute, I'm observing, he edges away. I'm observing that. So my recovery's here. But then I've got another, I'm not just going to attack him from here though. Another prep, execute. Make sense? It's still got to be prep. Based on that distance, there had to be prep. At the distance here, okay, I can just do that. But that distance, prep said, do something else in the meantime. Hey? Okay, time management we discussed. Okay, 3 personalities of a fighter. Again, you're your own person. I can tell you how to fight, but I have no right to tell you how to fight because I'm just telling you what I do. And in psychology, it's saying if I can do it, you can do it. That's known as projection. Bollocks when people say that. Is that a bad word to say? I've just been in England for a year and
Bollocks.
you know the news reporters talk about it on TV. I don't know if it's a bad word here, but in England you just say it all the time. I picked it up there. Okay, 3 types of fighters. 3 personalities of fighter. The first one is an attacker, a defender, and we'll talk about that in a second. You've got an attacker. That's the person who basically 90% of their points come from attacking. And the other 10% because they were forced to block and counter. Because they had to. Damn it, didn't get to attack. An attacker will generally, if you attack me, I'm going to get the hell out of there so I can attack. I'm going to block, so I can do an attack. They just want to attack. If they need a point, the attack's what they go to. Some of you might be thinking, that's me. No, wrong. It's just different personalities. 3 types of personalities of attacker. A1 is a line attacker. Attack. They kind of like their space and they go. Second one, a circle attacker. Ba 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 ba. Circle attacker. Some people like to circle. And then you've got a pressure attacker. Someone who likes to think, well, maybe I don't like this distance here, so I'm going to pressure, and when I smell a mistake, when I smell your diaper. Remember we talked about that? The diaper's not because I scared you. The diaper's the error in your guard, the error in your focus, the S quality of your stance. It's the diaper. So I'm going to pressure you. So there are 3 basic types of attackers. A line attacker, a circle attacker, and someone who's just constantly pressuring. Concho's a pressure attacker. He just constantly pressures until he feels you're on your back foot and then he'll pounce. Hey? Okay, a line attacker, they're still, they often wait for the lull. Do a lunge reverse. I do a lunge reverse. And they kind of wait for that lull. And then they just go. Often. And they shield or they still evade a lot. So a lot of the time, if you're attacking me, I'm just going to shield, because I'm often not the best defender, by the way, which is why I don't counter-attack very often. I'm not saying you only have one personality, I'm saying you have a dominant personality. They often don't defend as well, so they'll shield, block, they just shield, or they'll just evade a lot, because they're not as confident to see things and hit open windows. Hey? Okay, a circle attacker, they make it hard for their opponent to attack by movement. So it's hard so they get to do a lot of attacking because the other person doesn't have opportunity to attack them. They escape a lot to defend. We did that before, one of the defenses we did. They'll often escape, just make people miss. Frustrates their opponent. So when you get 2 attackers, if I'm a line attacker and you're a circle attacker, I know I'm on a line attack, but then every time I go, you just evade, escape. I get frustrated. And then I get that lull and you take advantage. They make it hard. They frustrate people because they're always moving and they like to escape defense and they often like to open the door to attack. So here you're ready. And if I go back, boom, then they'll go. I'll open the door to get you to make a mistake because they like to break the movement. They like to own the ring, use a lot of ring. Hey? There's that. The distance they have to operate in is short to middle. So if this is you, if it's your dominant personality, you might be 70% that, 30% that, 14% that. I'm good at math. So the distance they operate in, short to middle. Short to middle. So again, this is where you see this distance. If you're going to anticipate, dude, pick off. You're going to lose because that distance is not short to middle. Action's faster than reaction, but that action, I'll get to this foot first, but I won't get to the next one first. So you've got to operate from short to middle. So if that's you, and I know there's a few of you who just love to attack, some of you are singular attackers, some of you are multiplicity attackers, which we did as another drill earlier, but you've got to make sure you get into that right distance so that the action is faster than reaction. Remember when Ryan got made to look like a chump? Yep. Remember that? When he looked so terrible and hopeless and slow? Where's the person who made him look so hopeless and slow? You just made him look like how just everybody, how bad did Ryan look? And then when Bree was with Kyle, okay, how bad did you make each other look when you got to jab before the other person? Action's faster than reaction. An attacker fighter has to know that. The biggest mistake attacker fighters make is they attack from too far away and they don't have enough observation, so they don't recognize that their opponent's ready to counter or ready to pick off. They don't have any observation and they do very little preparation. So they just out here and they just go. So if this is you, you have to make sure you're focusing on these 2. They usually got a lot of execution, very good execution, because they're confident to attack. Okay, so the distance needs to be short and middle, which is why we did the drill earlier. You've got to press. Sometimes you relieve, but then you have to press like the crocodile. Don't worry, bang. Hey. The pros, they have the initiative. It's in your hands. You've got the initiative. And action is faster than reaction. when Ryan was made to look so terrible and slow. Action's faster than reaction. The cons, they often struggle with bigger, aggressive, or fast people. Someone who's very dominant and they don't have this or this to go to, they just like attacking. Someone's aggressive and they just, oh, okay, I'll lose. They just surrender. Someone's faster than them, I don't know how to overcome the speed. I'm used to being the fast one, now they're the fast one, I don't know what to do. I'm used to being the aggressive one, now that person's the aggressive one, I don't know what to do. They're just stuck in that. And the mistakes, the range, especially with multiplicity. Attackers often think multiplicity means you start further away. If I'm going to do 3 punches, rather than starting the first one at proper range, I'll just start 3 punches away. No. Multiplicity means the first one can score, but if you move away, I keep going, but the first one can score. Sometimes we use the first one as a bridge, as a preparation technique. But the rest should be able to score. Hey? So range, especially with multiplicity, when they encroach, like Ryan was doing before, they encroach aggressively because they love to be attacker and aggressive, and all it does is it scares the opponent away, and it gives me the distance I want to defend. More crocodile-like. Hey? Feet moving without hands, and hands moving without feet. We discussed this yesterday at the kata. Feet moving without hands, or hands moving without feet. Feet moving without hands, hands moving without feet. They've got to marry together. Hey? So there's an attacker. Does anyone think that's their dominant personality? Okay, that's good. You've got to know your pros and cons. You've got to know how to work within that. We've done some drills here. Then you've got the defender personality. That's why, again, I can just do lunge reversals all day, and you'll all be good, and some of you will look awesome, and then you get in the ring and we'll say, how'd you mate? And you'll just wait. Because that's your personality. And I don't have a right to just practice attack if you're a defender, if that's your personality. So, the defender personality, they would rather attack an opponent with no guard. Guard? I don't want to attack that. Punch? Where's the guard? No guard. I'd rather attack someone with no guard. They sniff the diaper. Okay? So if you want to attack, I'm not ready to play yet. Oh, that distance is wrong, or that distance is favourable for me. I'll go. I can sniff a mistake. There's something wrong in his guard. His guard has a diaper, a dirty diaper. His focus has a dirty diaper, etc. Winning or losing that's their go-to tactic. Even when they're losing, even when they need a point, there's 10 seconds to go. It's like, you need a point, goddammit, go and get it. No, I want to defend. Well, if you want to defend, more preparation. If I want him to attack, I've got to antagonize, I've got to be the protagonist. I've got to make him attack me. I just want to defend. It's like, you need a point. Okay. They lack confidence to attack. Often, that's why they're defenders. Or they lack the confidence to sniff the errors in people. Like Kancho, again, if we all lined up and did reverse punches, Kancho's in his late 60s, he's had 2 shoulder operations, he's got dodgy knee operation needed, he's probably one of the slowest people here. But if we all stood in front of him and punched him, he'd probably block most of everybody. Because he reads it, he sniffs the diaper, he registers all that distance is wrong, that I'm not going to defend yet. Oh, you're too quiet, now I'm going to defend, now I'm going to do this. Okay, so you got your types of defender, your line counter-attacker. I'm going to work my line, I'm not going to move too much, and I'm going to block and counter. Your line anticipator. I'm not going to move too much, and I'm going to anticipate when I need to. Your circle counter-attacker. Circle, 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 lure you in, counter-attack. Your circle anticipator. Movement, movement, lure you in. When you come in, bam, anticipate. Your pressure counter. It's kind of my style. I like to pressure, force you to throw something, and then go. That's my dominant personality. Or a pressure anticipator. I pressure, and then boom, I'll just go the moment you go. Their range has to be mid to long. We practiced this in our drill before. I'm going to anticipate. I tell myself, I'm going to pick off. I'm going to do it. Do it. He gets closer. I'm just going to do it. And I lose the point because my range was wrong. I didn't have the observation to recognize this is not the distance I can win. got to come out. Hey? Your distance must be mid to long. Movement, wrong distance. We'll talk about that in a second. Pro, no bridging required. If you're not fast at bridging, you don't have to be. You let them do the bridging. So that's a great thing about it. No guard when you hit somebody. You kill your opponent's confidence. When I attack you, you go, okay, you got me. When I counter-attack you, you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to attack that guy again. Everyone feels vulnerable when they're getting hit, when they're here. Versus, oh, that was quick. You feel most vulnerable when you're getting countered. And you can wait for your opponent to make a mistake. The cons, they lack the initiative, and it's as boring as hell when two defenders fight each other. Crowd's getting bored, Ryan. Let's give them something to look at. Boring as hell. Both. Get rid of them both, even though I'm one of them. But again, we talked about this earlier, being the protagonist. We'll talk about that in a second. Mistakes, they give the ball away. We'll talk about that in a second. And they allow their opponent to control the distance and the time that they attack. You don't have to. That's a mistake that they make. I can be the defender and still control the time and the distance. Okay, this is the third one, which is attack and defense. Someone who can live in both. By the way, who's a dominant defender? Who's that's their dominant? It doesn't mean you only defend, but it's your dominant personality. Okay, great. You've got to learn of these, which one? Of the dominant. See, I'm most dominant pressure counter or pressure anticipator. That's why I'm most dominant, but I've got 3 or 4 others that I've got a dominant. Well, probably more here actually, but anyway. The confidence to do both in the moment. An attacker will often be, I'm going to attack. So he doesn't attack, just slow. Ba-ba-ba! I can control that. And anything that doesn't give me the right result, I'll just move and evade and move and push until I get to do what I want. That's the attacker. But an AD, an attacker and defender, they can work out, I'm going to defend. Oh, okay, I'm going to attack because he made a mistake. I smelled the diaper, it's attack time. I can just live in the moment and go. Right? Usually these are the more experienced people, by the way. Mushing, the time management we discussed earlier. They can just respond how they need to respond. Time management, and adapt versus pre-plan. I'm going to counter-attack. Wait for him, antagonize him. It's all pre-planned. Make sense? I'm going to attack. Oh, it's not on. He's trying to attack me. It's not on. Oh, now I can attack. It's all pre-planned. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's decide. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do. I might counter because he's been overextending. Because I'm observing. Make sense? I'm just going to decide as we go in the bout. You got your attack, defense, one, the line. Like that. That was very line what I did. So here, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to... Okay, I'm going to attack. I'm not sure, but that was very line. Hey? The same, but just circle. They're all more or less the same. But you just like to circle more. Break lines. But I'm still not sure whether I'm going to attack or defend. And the pressure. Well, what I was even doing just then was pressure. Pressure. Hey, and then decide. Hey. Okay, question 1. What's your dominant personality? It's not just attack, there's attack line, attack circle. You've got all these. Who knows theirs? They're most dominant. Who knows theirs? Might take you a while. Who knows your top 3? You could probably say they're top 3. It's good to know. It's amazing when I ask students, and then I ask, we won't have time tonight, but I ask students, what's your top 3? And they're okay, line up. This side you got to do your top 1, this one you got to do your 3rd best. How'd you make? This one you got to do your 2nd best. This side you can vary between your top 3. Go. And you look at someone and you go, is that your top 1? Yeah. You don't do that in tournaments ever. But that's not you. That's what you want to be. You know, you're in the ring, you're before the bout going, lunge reverse. And you've got your partner in there. Lunge reverse, get in the ring. Why are you warming up with attacking? You're not an attacker. Sometimes we don't know what we are. Okay, what causes you to lose most points? Where are you losing most of your points? Is it when you're still? Is it when you're evading? Is it when you're circling? When you circle, you get caught out. Is it when you're attacking, are you losing most points? If you're losing most points when you're attacking, observation preparation is failing you. Are you losing most points when you go for second phase? That's all good, and then you go for a second phase, you're getting picked off. Execution probably. Execution's probably failing you. You've got to think of this stuff yourself. Like, work it out. Is it when you're attacking? Is it when you're defending? Is it when you're picking off? You've got to work out, where am I losing the most points? What's the hole in the bucket that I need to plug? Okay? Is it when you're attacking? Observation problems, speed problems, sometimes it's just speed. How do you score most of your points? That's often what your dominant personality is, the way you score most of your points. Okay, I'll discuss this one first. In the ring, you want to control the time, you want to control the distance, you want to control the line, you want to control the opponent, you want to control the crowd, you want to control the referees, you want to control everything. So if I'm here, I'm controlling the clock. I know where the clock's at roughly, and I'm controlling it. I'm not going to try and throw any time in the first when there's 10 seconds to go, and I'm up by half a point. And I'm going to try a spinning back kick. It's like, I know what's going on with the clock, and I'm controlling the clock. If I'm winning by half a point, and I know that it's good for me to wind down the clock, I can wind down the clock. If I know I've only got no Joe guys, maybe I'll control Joe guy away. But I'm in control of the clock. I know what's going on. And I don't do the wrong thing at the wrong time in the bout. That's one of my goals, to control the clock. Control the distance. If I'm going to attack, I've got to make sure now I can go. It's always going to be the right distance. If I'm going to defend and he's encroaching, nope, I need to control the distance. I need to control the distance. You see how he's close? I have to attack there or move. I have to control the distance. If you don't control the distance and your partner's not controlling the distance, anyone can win. If you're not controlling the distance and your partner is controlling the distance, you're going to lose even if you're faster, more experienced, better. You're just going to lose. I've got to control the line. Sometimes we need to have those. You've got to control those lines sometimes. Right? Makes sense? Sometimes you have to control. You've got to control the lines. It's more of an advanced thing. You want to control your opponent. So he's thinking, I don't know what to do. Yes? We did the 4 defensive drills before, remember? And then I asked you to mix them up. So you become what? A puzzle that's difficult to solve. If I'm a defensive puzzle that's difficult for him to solve, it's hard for him to strategize. If I'm a puzzle that's difficult to solve as an offender, as an attacker, it's hard for him to strategize. So I want to control him by me being a difficult puzzle. And he's spending half the time going, what do I do to this guy? What do I do? What should I try next? And he's not thinking about distance or time or technique, etc. Hey? Controlling the crowd to a degree. Everyone's like, yay, when you get a point. It's like, I need 5 minutes to explain that. Controlling the referees is making sure, again, you get people who attack from here, or you do a single attack and it's there, and this referee says he sees it, and this one's like this, and it's like, oh. So that's the case, bah, bah, and this guy goes, I saw that one, he goes, I saw that one, okay. Both referees on my side. I'm attacking if we're circling. I'm not going to attack if the referee's behind me, I'm going to wait. Sorry. Like I just want to have control of the referees. If I hit somebody pretty hard, they're probably looking out for me like, oh, I've got to watch for this person. I've got to control that. Okay, maybe I'll go body level next time. I want to control the referees. Some of these are slightly, they need more time to explain. The protagonist is, we discussed earlier, always be the protagonist. Always, you're the one with the ball. If Michael Jordan has the ball in basketball, who does the crowd look at? Michael Jordan. If you've got the ball, and you've got the ball, bounces, you're not doing karate anymore. And I'm Michael Jordan, who does the crowd look at?
Right.
No, they look at Michael Jordan. No, because he was the first player ever to win the best attacking player in the league and the best defensive player in the league. If I'm Conor McGregor and I'm attacking, who are you looking at? Conor McGregor. If I'm Conor McGregor and you're attacking me, who do you look at? Conor McGregor. Because what if he does that slip and throws the left? What's Conor McGregor going to do? He's the protagonist. He's the one everyone focuses on and everyone looks at. And etc. Now, that means you have to realize you're always the one with the ball though. So again, this is the thing. If Michael Jordan has the ball, he doesn't go, okay, I'm about to attack. Now, he's about to attack, but he's still controlling the ball. He's still protecting himself, even though he's working on that. He might do things, but he's still protecting the ball. If he's not trying to attack and he's defending, he'll be like this. He's protecting the ball. He's always controlling the ball. He's always the protagonist. You've got to remember, you always have the ball. See, a lot of the time, if you're an attacker, I don't have the ball right now. I'm just bouncing. I've got the ball. I've got the ball. I've got the ball. Make sense? And if I want to defend, you can attack me. I've got the ball. I've got the ball. I've got the ball. If you want to attack me, like I've got the ball. I'm still here. I'm always the protagonist. I'm never just, I hope I'm fast enough. I'm always controlling the situation. Hey? Whether I want to attack past you or defend and then pass it, I'm in control of the situation. I don't go, I hope he doesn't take the ball off. Make sense? I hope he's not too quick for me. I'm controlling things. Hey, I'm racing through this. I need more time, not to worry. We discussed this already. Attacker's goal. Attack at the right time. When we're doing the attacker and the defensive drill, a lot of you went straight back to attacking from too far away. Attack at the right time. Attack at the right moment. What's their focus like? Even if I've got the right distance, if you're here, maybe it's not the right moment. Make sense? Attack at the right moment. Recognize when windows open and go there. Attack at the right distance, the right time, the right moment, with the right technique. Throw a reverse punch to my body. That's not the right technique. Throw a reverse punch to my head. That's the right technique. Hey? Attack with the right technique. Attack at the right line. I want to pick off and look at this. Break the line. Do something to upset this stance that's ready to go. Otherwise you're attacking in the wrong line. Attack with the right heart. Attack with the right heart. Attack with the right spirit. Hey? If you're the defender, you also have a goal. Make him attack with the wrong technique. I'm going to make him attack with the wrong technique. That was the wrong technique, buddy. That was the wrong technique. Make him attack with the wrong technique. That's my sweep, sorry. Yeah, make him attack with the wrong technique. That was the wrong technique. When I'm there, you body kick me so hard I don't want to ever go home. Like it's, you know, I'm not going to be thinking about this anymore. Don't break people when you body kick, by the way. I'm used to sparring Shi on Wednesdays. I'm not talking to all of us. You've got to hit the guy, otherwise he'll just kill you. I've got to make him attack at the wrong distance. Score, fast as you can. Nice. So it's the wrong, like I'm controlling the distance just by putting my weight here. Make him attack at the wrong distance. It's the wrong distance. I'm controlling the distance, not him. Follow? Make him attack at the wrong moment. Make him attack with the wrong heart. Disturb, you know, I won't sweep you again. Like I can just enforce a bit. I can enforce a bit. And he's like, oh, I'll attack, and there's no heart, there's no spirit to it. You can decide, you can control some of that. Hey? And make him attack at the wrong time. Anyway, you've got to think, if your dominant personality is to defend, or you're an attacker defender, you've got to be thinking all of this in one go, by the way. You have that, and that's why it's advanced, because you can do this all at the right time. It's never just, oh, maybe I'll defend this time. Damn, they were too quick. You know? That was the right distance for them. You're thinking of this stuff all the time. Hey? Okay. Afterwards, take photos of this, because I want you to work out what's your personality type. Then you've got your temperament, the spirit. Some people might be attacker spirit, defender spirit. A lot of spirit. As an attacker, the distance, it's often multiplicity. You see the people with a lot of spirit, terrible distance. A lot of spirit, not much brain. Okay? No, it's true. Their distance is wrong, especially with multiplicity. Their strategy is often wrong. Not just with, if you've got a lot of spirit, you don't have good strategy because it's too much heart, It's too much. Let's get in there and fight. Too much heart. Your observation is often wrong. Too much spirit, clouding the rest. Let's just punch them. Lack of preparation. Again, the line, the moment, the bad technique selection. Yame, ouch, is the idea that, I'm going to do a pick-off and you come in and score. Bang! So you scored. That person scored. Why did you even throw the punch? Because you're just so fired up, you're going to throw a punch no matter what. So that's when you have too much dominant, when you're too dominant in the spirit mode. Defend the personality or temperament. You allow the opponent to close the distance too much, because again, your spirit, you're not registering that stuff. You counter after being hit, which I just discussed. Your stance often is pretty bad, because again, it's all and there's not much fluency to stance. You're hit going backwards. You can't score going backwards. Why are you punching? Just go into full defensive mode. Unless you go stop hit, you cannot score going backwards. But they'll do that because they just want to punch people. Okay, sorry, calm down. Mind. Attacker, analysis to paralysis. You're waiting for all the lights to be green before you go. You're an attacker by personality, but you've got too much mind. Not enough spirit, not enough body, too much mind. If I do that, he's going to do that. If I try that, he'll do that. His guard's up. I want him to make a mistake before I go. You're just too much thinking. Too much social comparison theory upward, which I don't have time to talk about. And too much doubt. Too much in your own brain. That didn't feel super awesome, so I shouldn't do that again. You love Carter a lot. You love Carter because Carter's all the gold and the perfection. You don't have to worry about getting hit. You wait for the green lights. And when you're a defender, you too often move away. You don't often block and stand there or evade or press. You often you counter or anticipate without conviction. I'll do it because I should. Again, it's that lack of top gear that we've discussed. And you're not smelling the diapers, even though you're a brain fighter, even though you're all in mind. These are the errors on them, by the way, not the pros. There's pros. The body fighter. Clean, but where's your Kumite? Everything, you look at it, oh, that's so lovely. Wouldn't hurt a flea. Too much body, lacking this. The distance, you often throw the lunge reverse, even though you're too far away. So again, just throw a lunge reverse and be a bit short. You see this a lot in bouts. And then I'm going to throw one, you make me miss. It's like in your mind, it's like, my goal is to throw a lunge reverse. It's like a process goal, not an effective, result goal. My goal is to hit him in the face. That affects now my distance and all that other stuff. But when you're too much body fighter, it's all about the process, what you do rather than the result. I can't read my writing, process focus versus results focus. And you often counter or pick off late, because again, it's the process of doing it. You get hit and you throw it anyway. Not enough observation. You've got to think, what's your dominant temperament? You might think you're even. That's your goal, to be even. To have a good balance. Because the weakness in the mind, the spirit can bring it up. Oh, but what if all the lights aren't green? The spirit's like, I don't care, let's just go get it. And the body's like, I know how to do it too. I know how to do it. Give me a go, coach. I'll get my knee over my front foot and I'll get my hips involved. I'll do it, man. And the spirit's like, yeah, he said he's going to do it. I'm in. Because I'm full of spirit, man. Let's just join the party. And then the mind's like, oh, okay, I'll just do it then. It's not as much analysis as paralysis. What's your dominant temperament? Your order of strongest to weakness. Strongest to the weakest, unless they're just all even Steven. And how can you bridge them to harmonise them? What's letting you down? Maybe sometimes the technique's letting you down. You've got all the spirit, you set the right distance, you do all that stuff, but then you're not using the hips. The body's short, right? The distance is short, etc. Too much mind, too much this, you've got to work this out. But again, we've done 2.5 hours of training, or 2 hours, 40 minutes. This is important to know. You've got to work out where's your weakness in these. And you've got to analyse. We can just do lunge reverses all day until you all can't move. What an awesome session. Next week, you're the same fighter. So yes, we did drills for 2.5 hours, but now it's you got to then work stuff out. Hey? Sorry about the time too. You got to know this. You got to work on them. Work out where your weaknesses are. A lot of you, I think, it's recovery because you go into finalization after execution, and so you're missing second phase opportunities, or you're missing blocking. You're getting hit by second phase opportunities because you're in finalization, still this close from somebody. Rather than recovery, oh, finalization. Versus recovery, oh, I have to defend. Oh, there's another opportunity. Okay, finalize. Make sense?
Hey.
So a lot of you, especially the teens, some of the teen boys are super fast, but there's a lot of lack of this, a lot of lack of this, especially a lot of lack of preparing. You're just relying on speed versus setting your points up. Know this, work yours out, and work to be dominant in your sphere. If you're an attacker and you're a line attacker, work on a lot more line attacks. If you're a circle attacker, constantly be moving. In the tournament, warm up with your dominant personality. Warm up other stuff as well, but warm up for your personality. Know this. Remember, be the protagonist, always have the ball. Don't be a defender and rely on them having the initiative and hope that you can meet their action with the right reaction. They'll probably win, unless you're the protagonist. You control the distance, you control the line still, you control all that. Okay? Know your goals, and every time you score a point, ask yourself, did I attack at the right time, or was it just because I was faster than my opponent today? Because I might be faster than you today, but then, a UFC fighter over there just owns me tomorrow, or in the next bout, because he's a professional UFC fighter. Look at the guy. He's sponsored by Reebok. But no, he might own me in the next fight, because I'm just going on speed. If I've got all this going on for me, I've got a better chance of beating somebody who doesn't have all this going for them, even if they're better than me. And I've got to know this stuff. I've got to know this stuff. When you're losing points, when someone's attacking you and scoring, ask yourself, did they do the right technique? You didn't antagonize them to make them do the wrong technique. Did they attack at the right distance? You weren't controlling the distance, or you just let them control the distance? Did they attack at the right line? Did they attack at the wrong moment? You've got to know this stuff. You've got to assess this stuff. This is how you get to the next level. Not just train. Otherwise you just become a motivated idiot. That's one of Kancho's favourite sayings. You can motivate an idiot, but all you get is a motivated idiot. That's one of his favourite sayings. So it's important to be as intelligent as you are gifted in your body. You've got to work on both. Hey? And know this stuff and work to balance them out. Hey? It's 7:15. Do we have to bow out, or we do a few minutes of drills?
Depends if the guy's here to lock up.
Okay.
They're normally right on us.
Well, at the moment he's not. So what we'll do, even if you don't know your dominant personality yet, I want you to pick 3. Even if one of them's your weakest, I want you to pick 3. And then we're going to do some sparring where I'll get you to decide one, and you've got to fight just within that strategy. And then recognise your temperament while you're fighting. Your temperament might be low at the moment because you're tired and you've been here since a lot of time. Hey? So, and if you're too sore, don't worry about it. If you want to, we'll do about 5 or so minutes till the guy comes in to lock up. Do some sparring.